Okay, we're live.
Alrighty.
So Lindsay's not on screen yet, but we'll
That's
add
okay.
Lindsay in here. There she is.
Look at me, I'm there.
There. All righty.
Okay.
Let's start this up here.
Alrighty, let's do this thing.
Welcome to Take It Down a Notch with Rob.
And Lindsay Loke.
All right, there we go.
Third time's
How
a charm.
there we go. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's been a busy day here.
it's been
Um,
it's been a hectic time in France there, from what I understand.
yeah, but there's been some things going on here, that's for sure. So today, while we're recording, it's actually Halloween. It's the afternoon. And this morning, I had a guy come to fix our window, um, not shades, like not blinds, shutters.
Shutters.
Shutters. Yeah, they're like big metal shutters, and they've been broken ever since we moved in. And so a guy came to look at them today, and he was able to get them up today, which means they're open, which is nice because there's a lot more light in the apartment.
So
I'm actually in the kitchen right now if
will they
you are watching a
close?
video. I don't think so, not right now, but they're not actually fixed.
Okay.
So he came to basically get like a quote, see what pieces he was going to need, and then he's going to talk to our not retail, real estate, real estate management company, and then he'll call Hugo and make another appointment, and he'll come back and fix it another day. Actually, another guy's going to come back and fix it, but yeah, that
Nice.
went really well. It was super quick, and I was just happy he could like get them open because that's all kind of all we care about. They're not even fully open. There's like a foot and a half left, and I
Right.
think that the thing that he has like holding it up, I don't think we can have it open anymore. Um, but yeah, he called Hugo after he left to explain everything to him, which was super nice.
Hmm.
And he said that I had very good French. He was like, yeah, your wife has very good French.
Oh, nice.
He was like, I go to a lot of different people's houses, and there's a lot of people who have lived here a very long time and never learned French. So he's like, it was very cool that she's trying to learn French. It was
Oh,
very
that.
sweet. He was very nice. Yeah, it was very sweet.
Nice.
So, and then after that, Hugo's brother and his dad came over and installed a washing machine as our early Christmas gift. So that's really huge. I think we're going to use it for the first time tonight.
Wow.
There's a chance that it might leak everywhere, so that's why we're doing it tonight when Hugo's here. But yeah, it was super nice. There were some challenges, and I think they didn't realize they could park in front of the our apartment building is like a big sidewalk, and when we're moving we parked the car there, and if we have a lot of groceries or something we'll park the car there.
Mhm.
They parked like down the street and carried it all the way up the street and then all the way over to the apartment, so they were both like sweating and like super well, like anyways,
Oh
it was
yeah.
kind of funny though. I'm sure that, yeah, I'm sure that they kind of knew that they did it, and like he felt more comfortable with just parking and then carrying it. It was just kind of funny. But it's in, and hopefully will work. I already kind of wiped everything out, and so it's all ready. Um, I tried to make scones today.
Wow.
Yeah, but I replaced some of the ingredients so I didn't use all the same ingredients, and they taste okay slash kind of burnt. I think they're fine for like Hugo and I. I was gonna like give them to the boys, and I decided not to.
Oh.
It's like because they're just like a little burnt. The other thing is I'm trying to figure out like the air frying oven isn't like a regular oven.
Hmm.
Like I think it cooks a little quicker because it's so small.
Right.
So I think that has something to do with it. So I'm kind of experimenting, um, and like I don't know. So, anyways, that's been my. Oh, and then I went grocery shopping. So I've had a very busy day today.
Wow. Did you walk or did you ride the bus?
I walked
Okay.
because so the grocery store that's nearest is about 20-25 minutes away. And I
Hmm.
could take the bus, but it would take the same exact amount of time.
Right.
And it wasn't raining that hard. It was like a little sprinkle. Um, and I also didn't really want to like wait for the bus because then it would even take longer. I was like,
Hmm.
I'll just walk. A little hard because I got a lot of heavy stuff today, but I'm building muscle.
You need a little rolling cart.
So the rolling cart thing, like there's like these big rolling bags that they use in France,
Hmm.
but only like grandparents use them. And so Hugo's family was saying, "Oh, she should get a rolling cart," like as a joke earlier this weekend too. But they're like, but even Fabienne is like, "I can't get a rolling cart. Like, I'll be too old if I get a rolling cart." Like that. It's like a thing here that it's like I see a few younger people with it. I'm tempted to maybe get one, but like if I get a rolling cart,
You will get grief.
a lot, a lot. But it'd be so much more convenient. Like it'd be so much better.
uh, that's funny.
So, anyways, it's a thought. There's a chance, small
Well, my
chance.
headphones
Especially,
are
I are they not working?
no, but I
Dad's
could.
trying new headphones.
Yeah, and they're not.
They're not doing my beautiful voice justice.
No, they're not doing anything at all.
Oh, really?
I realize I'm listening through the through the computer.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm starting to change it. It's not changing, but and I think if we change it now, it'll mess it up. So I'm just gonna get rid of them. So for now,
Ugh,
we'll figure it out. We had some technical difficulties to start it out.
a lot of
We
technical
yeah,
difficulties.
it took us about a half hour of turning things on and off again. I don't know who's
I'm not sure. I think it was a little bit of us both at different times. I
yeah
think I was working at first, and then like the second time it wasn't working.
yeah. We had to get rid of the podcast mic on Lindsay's end. Now we're getting rid of the
Yeah,
headphones on my end. I don't know.
a mess.
A mess. What are we gonna do?
So, but how
But
are things on your end?
things are good. Things are good. We mom and I both took the dogs for a walk on Sunday, and that
I heard about that.
went pretty good. It didn't go as bad as mom made it sound on the on the family message group, but there
Yeah, you
was
got to tell that story because
it wasn't that
mom made it seem like you guys.
it really wasn't that big a deal. The so we went and the walk went pretty well. Dofer Dofer took mom for a little bit of a run, but luckily I was in front, so I was able to reach out and grab the leash and slow everybody down. Um,
What was there a toddler or something?
no, another dog that Dofer wanted to go play with, and so he kind of
Oh,
started pulling hard, and uh, Henry did pretty good. I think he growled once and barked once or twice a little bit, but nothing
right.
nothing very big, nothing like I had to be like stop
Yeah,
and rip them away or anything like that. But, so he
yeah.
did really well. We went, got all the way around, and we decided to go across the street to the coffee place, Pisano's, and I waited outside, and um, mom went and got coffee. The dogs were very concerned that she was inside, but
Oh,
came out. We
really?
had coffee. She brought water for the dogs because they have a little water bowl. She brought water out
Right.
in cups and put water in there, and the dogs did pretty good. And then after we've been there for a little bit, a lady left and she had a dog in the car and she waved at me. That was not a very popular thing with Henry. So,
Oh, she waved and he got upset?
yeah. So, because it's waved, and I think I waved back because I mean, if somebody's going to wave at you, you got to acknowledge. And yeah, he
Yeah.
got a little, then he noticed the dog in the car and got all barky. And so that was okay. And then a little bit, a couple minutes later, a somebody came up the sidewalk with a dog that I didn't really see. Um,
Right.
you know, I didn't see him coming, so I wasn't really ready for it.
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
kind of out. I don't know, about there's like two tables, two little picnic tables, round tables between
Right.
me and the door to the coffee shop, and out towards out kind of in the kind of the COVID style, kind of in the parking lot there a little bit. So
Mhm.
um, they and so this dog kind of showed up, and I wasn't prepared for it. So and they I think didn't know we had dogs. I think they were planning on being where we were at. And so they kind of
Mm.
paused there for a minute, like, what do we do? And Henry got upset. He was like, "Arr, arr, arr,
Okay.
arr." And I'm like, all right, oh, we're leaving. We're just gonna
We're
go.
done.
We're going. We're done. This is enough stress for Henry. So we
The
kind of,
way mom described it in her text was that Henry saw a puppy and almost, or actually did, knock over a table or chair. I don't remember. Knock over a table or chair,
yeah,
and that you guys had to flee the scene.
yeah, we exited quickly, but I think I in this process, my wallet fell out of my pocket,
Oh
and
no.
I guess the money fell out of my wallet. And so I didn't see that. Jenny's mom saw that. So she picked it up and got it. We didn't leave it
Okay.
there. But
Good. That's
so took it with it. So it was we did flee the scene, but it wasn't there it wasn't a matter of we had to flee the scene before um the police came or anything like that. So
yeah. Mom did make it sound very dramatic,
yeah.
but
So we did that, and that was good. It was kind of our big that was our big thing for the weekend. Mom worked on Saturday,
nice.
and just kind of got some things cleaned up and done
Right.
around the house. Watched a lot of Live on Patrol. So
I really miss the other day. I don't remember what it was. I think it was on the news in France. There was like an American police siren, and I was like, "Gosh, I miss live PD."
there
I was like,
was
I think I'm gonna have to look up some clips and stuff. Like, I need. I like. I
you
didn't
might
realize I
have
was going
to
through withdrawals.
the they had there was a clip. It wasn't live. It was one of the ones that they showed, but a
Right.
guy a guy in a car chase went off the road and way off the road, and there was a policeman there way off the road trying to with doing the pike spike strips and kind of ran
Right.
back that way, and the guy was trying to avoid the spike strips and went and flipped his car and flipped basically over rolled the car rolled over the police officer. It was like
No
insane. It
way.
was insane. And so the car is like boom, 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 boom. And you can see the police officer, and he kind of goes down. The car kind of goes over him. And then you see the police officer run to the road after the car had gone over him. And I guess the car hit him. He was had multiple injuries, but he's going to be, I think he's going to
Oh,
be all right. But
is
it
he
was
okay?
like, it was insane. It was insane.
That's
That wasn't
crazy.
on live. That wasn't on live. There was, yeah,
Right, but still, like that is crazy.
yeah. But yeah, it was and then at one point at the beginning I think of one of the days uh,
Mhm.
there was a big Halloween party of
Mm.
like 100 200
Yeah, I
kids,
bet the Halloween one was like
and
good.
they were like and there was a call the call was that people were fighting with weapons outside this party, and so this police show up, and it's just a one car shows up, and there's like kids everywhere. I mean, it's just like an anthill of kids,
Right,
A- and these two guys or the police officer, I think it was two guys, are kind of like, okay, go away, get out of here. But they can't really do anything because they know there's
right,
weapons, at least knives and clubs somewhere. So they don't want to
right.
like go in, but there's not like active fighting, but it's like there's a lot going on. And
Gosh.
some of the kids are like, okay, we're the police are here, we're out of here. Others are
Yeah.
like, you can see like the same kids like wandering in front of the camera, and then they wander back the other way, and they be wandering the other way, and they're like, you just like not
Oh
like
my
not like
gosh.
showing off for the camera, just like, well, I don't know what to do. I'll go over here. I'll go
Yeah,
over
I don't
here.
really care.
Finally, they got out the pepper ball uh, gun and started shooting pepper balls at stuff to get them to clear out. But it was a little intense. About 20 cars finally showed up so they could kind
Oh
of
my gosh,
clear.
20?
There was like 200 kids roaming around outside this
Oh my
party. At one
gosh.
point, causing problems. When they were,
Right.
there wasn't a lot. There was one that was like really tense, and this guy was like, just like yelling and screaming at this girl, and and she gets in the back seat, and he's like in the car in the back seat, just like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that guy, they're
Crazy.
fighting, and cops kind of swarm up, and then all the cops just kind of like back up and walk away, and the camera's still looking at him, and I'm like, that's weird, and then
That's
you know,
suspicious.
the answer goes, we think that was her dad.
Oh,
So he wasn't beating her; he was verbally beating her for
yeah,
being
yeah.
for being at a
At the
spot
party.
she was not
Yeah.
supposed to be at. So
Okay, that's
he'd
hilarious.
either seen it on TV or he'd gotten the phone call, and he
Could
was.
you imagine if like he found out that like I was at a party from live PD? Oh my gosh. I wish I was like a teenager. I want that to happen. I mean, that would be so
Oh,
cool.
that would be
That'd be
awesome,
so
wouldn't
funny.
it? Like,
That would be such a like,
and then
oh, how did you know I was here? Like, did somebody catalog me? No, it was because of live PD. Oh
so
my
it,
gosh.
yeah,
Okay,
that
if you
was
don't know, and really if you're listening to this podcast, you probably do know because you're one of our close friends and you know our loyalty. And honestly, we probably talked about it on another podcast, but
a little
Live
bit, yeah,
PD or Live on Patrol is a show that we watch that's like live police officers and it's like every weekend. Look it up. It's amazing. It's really cool to see like different points of view from all over the country of like different departments and the way that they'll handle car chases or pulling somebody over and like how every place in every county has different rules, so from like state to state it's
oh
really
yeah,
interesting and yeah, it's a really fun show.
yeah.
But yeah, wow, that's crazy. I'm missing Live on Patrol.
So
So
next weekend is, I don't know if you saw him when you were before you left, but there's two police chiefs that they have on.
okay,
Nobody cares about this. We need to get on it topic. But there's two
go
police
for it.
chiefs. There's the one which is the 21-year-old police chief.
Mm-hmm,
Okay,
mm-hmm.
so he was on last week as the host,
Oh
one of the
cool.
co-hosts.
How does
And
he
then
have
there's
time for that?
what's
That's my
that?
question. He's like police chief at this
Yeah,
place that has like 5 police officers. How
yeah.
does he have time
Well,
to
he
go
gets
away
days
on a
off.
Friday, Saturday night?
He stays off, I'm sure. So he was on, but there's another police chief, and I think he's like in Alabama, South somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he patrols with another officer, so there's two of them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like the nicest guy. He's always like, "All right, I know you got some weed in the car. Tell me what the weed is. Give me the
Yeah.
weed up, and we'll just be done. I'll write you a ticket, and you can go. Now, if you're done telling me, and I gotta go search for it, and they'll go, no, well, I got like a blunt in the ashtray, just one little. He goes, that's all you got. Nothing else. There's no baggies here. No, goes through it, and they'll go get the blunt, and they're like, well, what about the baggie on the front seat underneath the deal? Oh, well, I kind of forgot about. Okay, so now we've gone through this twice now. What else do you
Yeah.
all of a sudden? And they'll go through, and obviously, if he finds a brick of weed in the trunk, that's all over. But he'd be like, you know, when we say we know it's there, you tell us. You got to tell us because most guys, you'd be in jail right now. He's like, and he'll just, I mean,
That's
yeah,
funny.
he's funny. He's got that kind of southern, draw, and
Right.
he just, and he's like, he's hilarious, but he's super nice. He's like, if I got
Mm-hmm.
pulled over I'd want to be pulled over by him because he's just like, he's just
I
cool
remember
about it.
I remember seeing in Alabama like just right before like the Alabama
Yeah, I think like
um,
right on that last
or like
episode.
a month before
Yeah, yeah,
we left.
he's
So I
but
saw
he's
like
good.
a few
He's gonna be in.
episodes
He's gonna be in and
because
one of the co-hosts next week. So
he's the one with like the thick accent, right?
yeah, Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. So he
And
started like 2 weeks or a few weeks before I left.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and
He's
then
good. They didn't have a lot of like their, it's not sector, but precinct. They didn't have a lot of
yeah,
that precinct. It would be like once or twice in one evening or something. But it was always so good.
yeah. They
And he's so entertaining.
the first one that he got really highlighted is they pulled over a gal and she was a little sketch, and they wound up opening the trunk, and the trunk is packed full of of drugs, um, marijuana, I think it was, and she's like, "That's not mine."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're driving the
No,
car.
I'm just driving this car around.
It's yours.
It's fine.
You're going to jail.
Yeah.
It's not mine." She goes, "Somebody gave me this car, and I didn't look in the trunk." Well, maybe
Yeah.
next time,
Yeah.
maybe next time you're gonna need to look in the trunk, so because it's yours.
Yeah.
But she had like, I mean,
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
it was like 200 pounds. I mean, it was a lot of weed. It was it was a lot.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was right before you left. So
I remember the guy with like the car full of stuff. Like, remember he was like moving across like to lose like to New York or something.
oh
And
yeah,
he had
yeah,
like a
yeah.
car full of
And you
stuff
couldn't
and he
see.
had like a painting of himself and
Oh,
he couldn't see anything and that's why he got pulled over. And he had a painting of himself in the front
that's
that
right.
I spied like before the camera did. I was so proud of
Uh,
myself. I remember
yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah. He's just like he's pretty
Okay.
funny. So anyway, on
We
from
change
we'll move
subject.
on. We could
We'll move on.
we could do a fan cast of Live PD, but
That would be so much fun. If only we had like more time to kill,
yeah.
then I think we would. I think we would do like a recap podcast every single time we watch Live PD. I totally think we at some point could do that. I think you would have to be retired. I think I
Yeah.
can't do any more. I don't think you have any more time for
No.
podcasting.
It would be fun. What would be fun is to go through and just do clips and play clips and do.
Oh,
I
it'd be
don't
so
know.
much
Would
fun. Like
you
a
two let us
reaction
do that
channel kind of thing.
if
I
we
think
because we
so.
don't monetize? So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it'd be. I think it would let
And
us
it
do
would be
that
commentary.
for.
It technically be
Yeah,
commentary.
it would just if we just did like a reaction. I think we should do a reaction live PD channel.
There you go.
Okay, we'll do
So
this in December because I think it would be easier if
yeah.
we were like, yeah, but we'd have to figure that out. Okay,
So anyway, let's go back. So
there we go.
let's talk about apartment stuff here. And
Mm. Whoa.
I'd just like to know is adulting hard?
Adulting is so hard. I'm really done adulting. No one should have advertised adulting as fun. It never was. It never has been. It never will be. I am so done. I'm constantly doing paperwork and visa stuff, and then we have all this apartment stuff, and the list goes on and on and on.
And
It
you have to
never ends.
and you have to make sure the water department has the correct address and
Don't even get me started. Okay, so y'all, okay, I probably my neighbors probably hate me, but y'all, okay, so let me just say that the French Century 21 real estate agency sucks. I don't know if the American one does, but we're just going to say that the French one sucks. It's let's just this whole story. It's across the street from our apartment. It is next door to us. Okay, so let's just preface this whole thing with that. Okay, we get this apartment and we've had like a lot of really tiny problems. That's like this lady is just not that great at her job. Either she's overworked or she doesn't know what she's doing. Because she'd get a lot of things wrong. We could tell she was like rushing through the paperwork and like missing stuff just like a little bit, but we were kind of like, you know what, it's fine. And then we move in, we do the whole like check in of the whole apartment at all the little things to see what's broken, and she makes a list of all the things that need to be repaired. So like we're missing light bulbs. There's like a few filters that need to be changed. We have a mailbox that was broken and it was like taken off the wall before we moved in, and so our new mailbox has to be put up. And also, like the window shutter needs to be repaired, right? So sorry, Dad changed the screen that like messed me up. Okay, but I can't look at the screen. I just can't do it. Okay. Wow, you really messed me up. Thank
I'll
you.
come back. Is that better?
Come back, guys. Come back to me. Okay, so anyway, she makes this list and then she tells us that we're gonna hear about some of the things tomorrow, like the next day. And no, we don't hear anything. And so a few days after that, we're like, we need this window to be open because this, like, the first floor is like depressing and cold. It's just like, ugh, don't like it. And so we called her and emailed her. I think we emailed her 2 different times and called her. And finally, we hear back about the window. But we still have not heard, after 2 weeks, we still have not heard about all the other things that need to get fixed in this apartment.
Did
And so we're really frustrated because we're paying. They want us to go and pay like the next month of rent, of course, and all this, but we're like, we would like our things fixed. And so it's a whole thing. And then we have so she gives us this address, and it's the address that's on the contract and all of this, and we call for the water and electricity to transfer the old person's account to our account, basically, instead of having to open up a new account because the guy moved out like 2 days before we got the keys and moved in technically. So which is great, we don't have to open up a new account, save like a little bit of money. It's easier too. So electricity, here, there's a code on the breaker, that we gave them the code, and they were like, oh, so by the way, this doesn't connect with the address, but it's fine. The code is for sure correct. We'll go with the code and the address that's with the code. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. That's weird, but okay, cool. And we let a real estate agent know, and we didn't get like any response about like the address being different. We called the water company. The water company didn't say anything. We gave them the address. This address is also next to the water thing, the water meter in the apartment. It's literally like on the wall. And it was not the right address, which also makes sense because this address doesn't really come up on maps. Sometimes it kind of does. Like I think on Google Maps it does, but not on Apple Maps, which is kind of, Apple Maps is a little iffy here. Um, and but sometimes it will come up as like just the street. If it's not entered in like exact, like perfectly, like it won't be like, oh, well, you could do this address. It's kind of weird. And then also there's a 3 on the outside of the building, and there's not a 3 in the address that was given to us. And so apparently there's 2 different addresses, and occasionally it's like this. So I guess they did give us the right address, but they didn't let us know that we were going to need a different address for both the water and the electricity, which they should have known because they are our management company
right.
and they should have this information. They should have given us this information.
Go.
So, anyways, on Friday, while I had Alina over, I went to like wash my hands or something, and oh no, I was like doing dishes. Oh no, I was making lunch. That's what it was. I was making lunch, filling up the pot, and it was like only coming out like halfway. And I'm like, oh, this is weird. I'm gonna text Hugo and let him know something's wrong with the sink. And then I'm like, I think I'm gonna go upstairs and try like the bathroom spigot and make sure there's nothing wrong with the water. And I tried the bathroom spigot and no water came out, not even a drop. And I was like, oh, wonderful. Tried the shower. Nope. And I'm like, great. Our water got turned off. I knew this was going to happen. I was so worried about this happening. Um,
And of course,
and
while
I knew
somebody's
this was going to
over.
happen. Of course, it was Wasa.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was Lena, and like, so Lena was really chill about it. But it would have been really embarrassing if it was like anyone else, because it's like, oh, your water got turned off. Like, we're paying for the water. Like, it's so frustrating. It's really frustrating that the water company didn't realize that we were paying for water from a place that like was also paying them for water, or from a non-existent address, or I don't even know. And like they came and they turned it off, and then we had to get somebody else to turn it back on, but they couldn't come until Monday because they turned it off on a Friday. So we moved back to the parents' house for the weekend. Meanwhile, I get sick again. I get a fever. I've been sick for like 2 months. So
No.
we've had kind of a weekend. So, but the water's on. We have a wash machine and the windows open. And I got two paintings up on the wall. So I'm feeling like a little bit
Oh.
more homey. You know,
And
tomorrow,
and you have a washing
yeah, I have a wash
machine.
machine. Yeah. So it's feeling a little bit more like homey. I think this weekend we're going to look for a fridge.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get one at the MIU's, which is kind of like a flea market. So we're hoping we can find one. Um, and then tomorrow we're one of the things we're going to do because Hugo has the day off work. We've bought like all these little frames that we're going to make a big collage out of,
Oh,
and
fun.
so we're going to start that
Mm.
tomorrow and get a few more things up on the wall. And so yeah, it's coming along, but yes, adulting is hard. Paperwork is really annoying, and it just always like, especially I think with on top of all this, having like all the visa paperwork we've had to stress about for a year, and will forever have to stress about. I am just so done. I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a lot.
Well, crazy. But
Yep.
we have a new view. Your hutch that you and
Yeah.
Hugo hoisted up the stairs behind you. So I like it. I like it.
Me too. I like
So
it too. I'm very happy with it. Um, I have no idea how we're getting any of this down. So we're trying not to think about that. It's really hard for me not to like plan, like, because we're leaving in like 2 years, a year and a
yeah.
half. Who knows? But
Well,
like, it's hard for me not to be like, okay, like for Christmas stuff, I've been trying to figure out like what we're gonna do for Christmas decorations. For me, normally I can justify buying Christmas decorations by saying, "Oh, I'll use this for years," because I do. No, I can't. Like, I can't. I'll use it for like 2 years, and that's it, and voila.
yeah.
So, anyways, I don't know. It is what it is.
Go lay down. Go lay down. The, I'm the head ball thrower at the moment. Sorry. So the so you're gonna. They don't do. You were saying earlier before the podcast. They don't do Thanksgiving, obviously, in France.
Yeah.
They don't. Not big pilgrim people
Mm-mm.
in Native Americans and
No.
big feasts. No,
Yeah.
but they do have Black Friday.
Eh.
If
I'm not sure. I get mixed reviews. Like, I think a lot of websites will do Black Friday, but they don't do Black Friday at all like how we do it.
okay,
If they do Black Friday, and I think everybody like it's very much so like reaching for the places that do Black Friday,
okay.
and I think some people will like, what was that?
Sorry.
Other people on our podcast.
No, no, I bumped the keyboard and it started a video playing on the other computer. So
It's okay.
there we go. So well, that's cool. And differences in France. You are on winter time now,
Yes.
which
Wintertime and I think springtime, we fall back or fall forward. I don't
you
remember. Spring
okay
back,
should
fall
fall back,
forward.
spring
Oh,
forward, fall
yeah.
back,
I don't know. Whatever. Um,
spring forward, fall.
we
So so
normally a week
you're
or
10 hours
2 weeks
now.
before the US.
You're eight.
No,
What?
8 hours.
You're eight
8 hours.
hours now. Okay.
Yeah.
So we fall back on.
The fifth.
Henry is moving my whole desk now. Henry, go lay down, please.
Henry's a really great podcast pup.
He keeps putting the ball behind my desk, and then he has to go around my desk. Go lay down. There you go.
Where's Dofer? Dofer. Dofer.
Dover is right.
Dopey.
Dofer is right behind me.
Oh,
On the
okay.
floor.
Can he hear me? Like, did
He,
he perk up?
yeah,
Dofer.
yeah. No,
Dofer.
he's moving a little bit.
Ah.
Yeah. You want to? Does he need to make an appearance here? Dolph,
No, it's okay. Okay, well, there you go. Look at the Dover. Okay, everybody has to tune in to the YouTube, whatever minute it is now.
Where is it?
There's a Dover. There's a little Dover. There's a big Dover.
Dove. There's a dove. Yeah. And then Henry's got to be on
He's
the menu.
so cute.
Yeah, there you go.
Aw.
What do we get?
Look at the Doves.
We can
The
do
two Doves.
a little.
I think we should get t-shirts to say like Dove number one, Dove number two.
All right, go lay down. Everybody down. Everybody down. We're gonna go back to podcasting. So we'll cut that out of the. We'll cut that. We'll cut some of that out of the audio part. Yeah,
Probably. Just like the slobber.
there you go. But
Oh.
the yeah, it's a lot. So you got any big goings on coming up?
Not like really. Like little stuff, but we have a pretty busy week, which is nice. And um, but next weekend we have a young adult retreat that we're going to.
Oh, you're going to a retreat. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, where
yeah.
where is that at?
It's about 2 hours away. It's closer to the sea. I don't. I think it's Saint Lunaire. Um, which is funny because we are watching like Hugo's family often has like the news on, and they
Mm-hmm.
had one of those like news, or I don't even know if it was news, but it had like one of those like news snippets about like somebody like a uh, entrepreneur that owns like a hotel and a bakery and like I think something else, and I think it was all about different hotel owners. But anyways, they were going into this one guy, and it was actually in Saint Lunaire where we're going to. So we're gonna go
Oh,
visit the bakery that was
that,
on TV because we thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, we're a little anxious, nervous about it. It's gonna be a whole new experience. I don't really know what to expect, except for the fact that I know it's gonna rain a lot, like a
mm,
lot. It's supposed to be really cold, and
okay.
I know we're gonna play games. And I'm assuming like normal
Yay!
church retreat. Yeah, I
Lindsay
love
loves games.
games. Woohoo.
So it's a young
Yay.
adult retreat
Yeah,
or
but
normal?
it's like 15 through 30-year-old young adult.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting. But I have no idea what to expect. Like some people are camping apparently,
Oh.
and some people like aren't camping. We opted for the not camping because it's not that much more expensive, and we don't have a tent. So it's going to be raining all weekend. So I don't really
Yeah.
know, but I have no idea like what it's going to be at all, which is weird because normally like my recent retreats have been me as a leader or I know what's going on. So normally me as a leader. So which means I kind of get to control how much I play the game. And as a leader, it's a lot more fun to play games with like high school and middle schoolers because you're the leader. So if whatever you do, you're cool. Like or you're just like ridiculous and you make the kids feel better about themselves. It's just like there's no losing. It's kind of just like you're a pump and you set the vibe. So you got to have like a good vibe. But it's like going back to being a kid again, and I don't like it. So
So
I also have no idea what's like going on. Where normally, either as a leader, I kind of know, or I'm like helping plan it, so I know like the exact schedule of what it's supposed to be like at least.
hmm,
So I don't know.
weird.
Not.
Well, that'll be
I should be excited.
yeah. You're
So
excited, but you're obviously excited, but you're nervous about it. I can tell.
I'm really nervous. Oh, and I also don't know like how much I'll be around Hugo.
Yep.
And like it's exhausting to be around French like that all day and like all
Hmm.
night. And if I don't get much sleep and like that kind of stuff, like it could be kind of difficult translation wise.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll
These are all people
see.
you know. These are all people that know you.
No, no,
No.
it's gonna be about 100 people in total,
Oh, okay. So
maybe
it's
more.
multiple churches then.
Multiple churches
Um,
all together. And I am just starting to get to know the young adults. But since I was sick last weekend and we were moving in the weekend before, we haven't gone to anything in a little while.
Right.
and they haven't had very many young adult things. They have something this Friday, but we're going to be at his parents' house. So um, we haven't like hung out with them for like a little bit, which would be fine. But since we're just getting integrated into the group,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's going to be like a little extra difficult. But we've done some things with the group that we know from the church that we're going to. So it should be
Oh.
okay.
And but new part of France you haven't been to.
Yeah, no, I
That'll
think
be
that should be
nice.
cool, and I think we're gonna be able to go a little early and, like, maybe explore the town,
Mm-hmm.
because there's not, like, a rock hard, like, you have to be here at this time. You just have to be there sometime after 7, and if you're gonna be there later than 11, you have to let them know. So, because I think people are coming from, like, all over France,
Okay.
I think, a little bit. I'm assuming mainly from, like, this area, but, you know, I'm assuming nowhere, like, past Paris. I'm assuming it's all, but who knows? I'm not sure.
That'd be
So,
interesting.
yeah, I think it should be really good.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a whole weekend of out of Lindsay's comfort zone and a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Well, if
But
there's
that's
that
good,
many,
that's good.
if there's like 100 people, you'll be able to opt out of some of the games. I would guess.
Do you know what church is like at all? There's no opting out of games.
Yeah. Well, it's easier if there's that many people because
Yeah,
I don't know.
that is true.
So
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping the games aren't like, you know, demanded of me.
we'll
I am gonna
see.
bring my crochet.
Yeah.
So I'm bring my crochet. You know, I'm hoping. I think it'll be fun. The girls are really nice from the group that I'm gonna be coming from, and
Okay.
I'm hoping it'll be like a good chance to get to know them. But it's also like my first retreat
Yeah.
like this is like a married couple. And because it's 15 to 30-year-olds, I'm assuming there's going to be other married couples there too. So I don't really know exactly like, because normally what I'm used to is like very like men and women,
Yeah.
like, or girls and boys. Like there's the boy groups and there's the girl groups. I don't know if we're going to have like small groups that are like everybody.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea. So
Is
it'll be
it
a
like
whole new experience.
dorm style? Or are you getting like a hotel
I
room
don't
or
know.
you don't
I have
know?
no idea. I don't think it's going to be a hotel room. I'm not assuming it's going to be nice. It's very cheap.
So are you oh, we're gonna lose everything here. Hold on, come back here. Henry is very wrapped up in cords. I wasn't sure what was gonna wind up on the floor. Um
Oh my gosh.
the uh anyway, the uh I don't remember what I was gonna say before. I was afraid my
I
whole
don't
desk
remember
was
either.
coming down. So so you don't know if you'll be staying in the same room or a room full of
No
girls.
idea. I have
So
no idea if I'll have like
are you supposed to bring like a sleeping bag and a pillow and stuff?
yeah, so this is I don't think we're going to be sleeping in the same room because we were told to bring a single sheet um
Oh, okay.
and a sleeping bag and a pillow. So I'm assuming we're going to have like yurt camp
Bunk
style
bunk bed type things.
bunk bed, kind of really uncomfortable. Lindsay's going
Nice.
to need to go to the chiropractor on Monday kind of beds. So I'm going to bring my back brace.
Yeah. So
So
and you were sick. You said you were sick again over the weekend. You're better now. You sound a little bit better.
I'm doing okay. So basically, I've been sick since before I left, and it will get like a little bit better, but never totally clear up. And this weekend, I woke up with a fever on Saturday morning, and we were able to get in with Hugo's family doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to prescribe me some actual good medication. We've gone to a clinical doctor, but he was not very good and just gave me some medication I could have just like gotten over the counter at the pharmacy. And so we weren't super happy with that, and it helped. And I got better because I was really sick, had a pretty nasty cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt better, and I thought it was going to clear up more, and it just kind of like hid for a week and then came back.
Hmm.
So, anyways, I'm on antibiotics and a few other things. I also have an inhaler to maybe see if I have some asthma issues, and that's one of the causes. But I'm still feeling kind of congested. Energy's better. Not having as many like coughing fits and stuff. So I'm doing okay, but not a huge improvement from like how I was feeling last week.
Mm-hmm.
Other than like I feel like I'm finally rested. I think I'm sleeping better. And so I am gonna take all the medication and then give it a few days. And then my next thing I'm gonna try and do is get some antihistamines and see if maybe it's just like heavy allergies.
Oh, okay.
Um, so because Sabrina was saying that like when she moved to London when she was a kid, she got really sick and it ended up just being her allergic to the plants and different pollens over there and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm wondering if it could be something like that. I do think like so in the past like year,
Mm-hmm.
um, or a little over a year, I've gotten sick. For a while, I was getting sick about every month, and so then when I changed my diet and started taking more vitamins, I wasn't getting sick as much. Um, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe I it's because I've been eating like gluten and dairy because there's been
Mm-hmm.
a few other things I've noticed that um, might be because like I've been eating gluten and dairy,
Right.
but it's not heavy enough to like change my diet here because it would just be too hard and too expensive.
Right.
Um, so and I haven't been good at my vitamins, so I'm back on doing my vitamins as well. So I think that'll help. Um, and then I also just think it's since I am so prone to being sick, I think I'm just kind of like my body's catching up to the different sicknesses here, like the different strains of colds and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so I think that because I came over and I had low immune system because I was already sick, that I maybe have just been getting more and more sick and getting different things. Hugo's mom thinks I have asthma because I have the same pattern as her other son does, or did when he was diagnosed with having asthma, and I cough the same way. So it's like
Oh,
a whole thing. Like there's a lot of different
yeah.
things that could be going on. Um, the sad thing is that like it's hard to find a doctor here, like at your first time, especially since like I don't have the right insurance set up yet. Talking about adulting being hard. Um, so that won't happen until I come back. Hopefully, it will happen when I come back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the other thing is that back in the US, my doctor moved right before I moved. And so it's not like I have a doctor that I could go back to and get like a big checkup because I don't have like a everything doctor
Right.
set up in the US. So I think I am going to go to like the dentist, maybe get my eyes checked, probably not, but go to the dentist and do the normal things. Um, but yeah,
Nice.
so I don't know. It's that is very hard. It's very hard. It was a hard moment to realize that like I'm really sick and I just don't know how to get help.
Yeah.
Um, and it was taking so long to find a doctor and everything. So it was really nice that their family doctor, he's like close to retirement and like trying to edge out. And
Mm.
so, but we called him Saturday morning and he goes like, she has a fever and she's been sick for like 2 months. Like, please, can you please see her? And he got me in that day. So it was
Oh,
really
nice.
nice. And I think the medication that I'm on right now is helping. So,
Oh, good.
anyways, long story short, I will eventually get better. Hopefully.
I hope so.
I hope so. It's been kind of scary to be sick, like have a cold like this for like 2 months. It's very easy for me to think something could be really bad when you're sick this long.
I bet.
So,
So you're getting settled in. You figured
mhm.
out how to get back and forth to the grocery store
Yes,
and doing
I
that.
have it memorized now.
So it's like how long a walk did you say it was?
It's like 20, 25 minutes.
That's a pretty good walk. So
It's a little long.
so it takes at least an hour and a half to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So, but I think I'm gonna start learning how to drive this weekend if the weather's decent. If we have a break from the rain, I'm gonna
well,
start learning how to drive
I,
shift.
yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. You were talking about whether you're gonna drive or not. I wasn't thinking about that. You have not only have to you learn the inter the intricacies. That's the wrong word. That's not how you say it.
The
The
differences,
the
little
differences the
differences.
differences of being in France, but also how to drive a stick shift, a
Yes,
manual. Oh,
yes,
so is
yes.
there a place you can go that's like away a little bit that you can get used to the clutch and
I think so. I think it's going to be a parking lot on a Saturday, and that's
okay,
not that great. So probably not. Maybe we'll go on a Sunday so it's empty. That's probably what we'll do. We'll
yeah.
go probably like on a Sunday and
Are a lot of things
parking lot.
closed on Sundays there?
Most everything.
Okay.
Some restaurants will be open. Some bakeries will be open for like different hours. Um, and grocery stores may be open like in the morning.
Mm,
Um, but everything has different hours. So
okay.
like shops and things like that normally are not open. Like you can't like go shopping.
Right.
And a lot of things like grocery stores open or close at like 8:30,
Okay.
8, 7.
Every day or just on Sundays?
No, every day. Like, uh, yeah, it's weird not to have like something. And like the ones like there's occasionally like little ones that are open till 10. They're like the convenience stores, but of course
Hmm.
those are more expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely like the little culture shock. I'm kind of used to it from living here in the past. Like I'm aware of it,
Yeah.
but sometimes I'll forget and be like, "Why is this place closing at 6 o'clock?" So
Yeah. That'd be weird.
it
And
is super weird.
Hugo's getting settled into his job.
Yeah,
Seems
he
like.
saw his first client
Oh, he did.
this last week. This week, I think it was last week. Yeah.
Oh,
So whoa, real close, real close.
sorry.
Back it up.
Sorry. We're right in there on the Lindsay.
No, thank you.
There we go. Good
You're having way too fun with that.
playing with the buttons there. So, well, good. Well, it sounds like Lindsay's getting stuff together. I'm glad that you have water again. Glad you're back in the
Me too.
apartment.
Me
So,
too. I mean, it was a good weekend, but it's nice to be back.
yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
and when is the retreat? Next weekend? This coming
next
weekend?
weekend, not this
Not
coming
this.
weekend. So
Not
next
this.
weekend.
2 weeks
So
from
we'll
now.
have another podcast, and then
Okay.
we'll have the retreat, and then we'll have another podcast. So
All right.
2 weeks.
Well, good. All right. Well,
Okay. Well, I
I
think
think
that
that
was a podcast.
I think that kind of is gonna be a little bit shorter one this week, but I think that's all right, and
We covered a
we'll
lot.
we'll wrap this up. So, um, for all the audio listeners or whatever, go check out the YouTube
Yeah.
deal and subscribe in there. Well, I think we're live now. Um,
Yes.
I didn't pull it. No, nobody's watching us on the live, but I think we're live now. But then we'll put this up there. But go subscribe to that and maybe give us a thumbs up or whatever. It's kind of fun to watch the numbers on the YouTube deal, and hopefully we'll see how the sound works out this week. Um,
Yeah, thank you, Papa, for the comment. Yeah, you guys can leave us comments on the YouTube, especially if there's like a sound problem or if you had like a question or if we're just being funky. It's a little easier to like comment on it. Or go to our Facebook page, take it down a notch, Facebook group, Facebook page.
mhm.
Um, and you can like that page. And we'll be updating there too. There's a chance in the near future we'll have a TikTok, but I'm not making any promises.
So yeah, and you can do
that's our
YouTube.
that's our next tweet. We figured out our YouTube.
Yeah,
Now we have to figure out TikTok.
little TikTok and YouTube shorts. So
Yeah,
I think you can take on right on the YouTube, uh, right on there. You can take out snippets of the podcast and make shorts right there.
I think so. That's what I'm going to try to do first. So we're going
Yeah,
to see. But yeah, and stay tuned for our future live PD YouTube reaction channel,
we'll have to see how that goes. That'd be fun
December
in December.
2023, coming soon to computers near you.
Well, that'd be fun. All righty. Well, we'll say goodbye for now, and See you guys all next week.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know how to stop this thing.
You've done it.